So when come to these are all the asynchronous circuits we discussed in the last classes. So just see here what we did here. J and K we are going to short and connect it to my high. So we are going to make it as a 1. And clock, you can carefully you see that clock I'm going to apply to the first flip flop. Then the output of uh, first flip flop is connected to the clock of the second flip flop. This process it will be repeated continuously depend upon number of bits. If n number of bits it's required, then I can use a n number of flip flops. Then generally we are going to connect it my outputs to the clock. So when come to an asynchronous, so what I'm trying to tell, you can see here it is I'm going to use a clock signal. This clock signal I'm going to apply to each flip flop. See here also I'm going to apply same clock I'm going to apply to here also. So that is a major difference when come to asynchronous and synchronous. And second thing, so whether we need to connect it to high or directly I need to connect it to my another flip flop or with the help of an AND gate I'm going to connect it or whatever the circuits I can connect it. So it's totally depend upon the type of the counter and whatever the count values it is required. So we'll today we're going to design. So we'll use some of the circuits. How suppose for example I want up counter or down counter in continuous synchronous. So how to design that one or a mode 5. For example, in the last class we discussed about a decade counter. Similarly, synchronous decade counter also we can design. So we'll see that one how we are going to design all the parts. So today we see here this is a major difference. You should know that asynchronous and synchronous. Let's move on to the synchronous counter here. Carefully you see in the circuit, it's a 3-bit synchronous counter. So here 3-bit, I'm telling it's in a 3-bit means, so definitely I need to use a 3 flip flop. That is the first task. So what are the type of flip flops I need to consider? It's optional too, U only. So you can design using the D flip flop, you can design using the JK flip flop. It's depend upon the conditions, it will be changes. Here I'm going to use JK flip flop for an explanation. So carefully you see that I'm going to use a flip flop 0, flip flop 1 and flip flop 2 are my 3 flip flops I'm going to use here for 3-bit. And second word you see here, it is a synchronous counter. It is synchronous with respect to clock. Then you just write one clock signal and take this line and you just connect it for the all clock signal. Okay, I'm going to connect it to here. If I have a flip flop and if you given a common clock, then it is called a synchronous. Then how it is counting? And basically what I'm explaining here it is, this is a binary counter. Binary counter means what? So it will start to count the value from 0 to maximum condition. For example, if I'm telling a 3-bit counter, so minimum value here it is 0 and 2 to the power of 3 is nothing but what? I'll get the value it is 8. So 8 is nothing but how I'm going to represent it? 0 to 7. So my counter, it will start to count from 0 to 7. So here it is 0 to 7 or 1 7 to 0 depend upon these connections. So maybe it's up counter or down counter depend upon the connection it will be varies. But keep in your mind, so this is my 3-bit synchronous counter means I'm going to use the 3 flip flops and I'm given a synchronous means I'm given a common clock signal and I did the small connection. So in the next slides and next classes will explain how I'm going to connect my outputs to this input, why I connected output Q0 to J1 and why I'm going to use the AND gates. These are all things we will discuss because we need to design this one. But here just I'm doing my output I'm going to connect it to J1 here. Carefully you see that. And here Q1 I am getting, but my J2 it is connected with the output of my AND gate. This AND gate it is connected to the Q0 as well as Q1. It is a AND output will be connected to here and I am getting my Q2. It's very small changes what I did. So let's see the waveform, then easily you can understand then how to write the waveform. So that's what I'm telling here. Carefully you see that here 3 flip flop. First flip flop means 0th flip flop J0 and K0 I'm going to connect it to 1. And second thing it is J1 and K1 I'm going to connect it to the Q0. Yes, my Q0 I'm going to connect it to the J1 and K1, just short and you connect. Similarly J2 and K2 it is connected the values of Q1 and Q0. You can extend. Now, how to analyze this? I want a counter, that is my intention, that to up counter from 0 to 7 I want. This is my intention. Let's move on to that, how it is working. First, how to write the waveform, that's very very important. See the clock, first you write the clock signal. So I'm going to write the clock signal. How to write the clock signal? On positive negative continuously you write. So I'm going to take on one clock signal. So carefully you can see that I'm going to take on one clock signal now, and this is my clock. They are mentioned the variable has a clock. Yeah, you write here it is clock. Next, see the edge. Which edge they need to consider? According to this, I need to consider a positive edge of my clocks. You can see that because I don't have a bubble here. If bubble is there, it is called negative edge. There is no bubble directly, I'm going to connect it. Then it's a positive edge. First, I need to define my positive edges. You can see here, this is my positive edge, and this is my positive edge. This is my positive, or it is called rising edge. This is my rising edge or positive edge. Once you define, the next task it is, I'm not going to write j and k values. It is understood. So I'm going to write the waveform for uh, q0, q1 as well as q2. How I'm going to write? So q0, q1 and q2, it will be decide the count values. That is my intention. See carefully. First, initially I'm going to take on my q0, q1, q2. Yeah, you write here it is q0. Next, I'm going to take it and it is a q1. Next, I'm going to take and it's a q2. First, I'm going to write the waveform q0. See this circuit, only this circuit. Carefully you observe that what I am doing, j and k values I'm going to continuously I'm going to connect it to 1. But entire action need to be takes place with respect to clock edges. So initially I'm going to take my value here it is 0. Now suppose my, okay, I'm going to telling q0, q1, q2 initial values I'm going to take as 0. Here also it is 0 and here also it is 0. For once my rising edge of clock it is arises, then something it is happen, it will be activated. Then because of j and k values are 1, so initial value means present state value, suppose if it is 0, if both j and k values are 1, what is the next state value? If it is 0, j and k values are 1 1, what is the output you'll get here? If both the values are 1 1, j and k values are 1 1, that condition it is called what? Toggle state means previous state it is 0. What is the next state? Yeah, it's correct. See, 0 means I'll get 1. Next, in this rising edge only it is checking my circuit. In this rising edge again, I'm talking about only Q0 now. I'm going to write the waveform only for Q0. Just see, in this case again, my previous state, suppose now it is 1. In the rising edge, again I'm checking the value. So in this rising edge, my value it is 1. Then for the next state, what will happen? 1 become it is toggling state. 1 become here it is 0. Again I'm checking this rising edge condition. Value it is 0 means the 0 become here it is 1. Next it is 0. Next it is 1. This process it is continuous. Okay, I'm getting 0, 1. This is 0 and 1 and 0, 1 continuously. So this is about my Q0, and next I'll go for analyzation of my Q1. So how I'm getting my Q1? Carefully you observe that. So till now anybody having doubts? How I'm going to write this one, this waveform, Q0 value? Anybody having doubts? So here onwards, carefully you observe that this is a waveform what I explained. Same thing has asynchronous only, no difference or what I'm getting. But Q1 how we are getting, that's very important. Carefully you observe that. So I'm going to take on a waveform. This is the rising edges. What I'm going to take on here it is. This is my rising edge. This is rising edge. Rising edge. Initially I'm going to take on this value to 0. I'll take a 0 and 0. Now, one statement I given, carefully you see that flip-flop 0 toggle after every active edge. Yeah, this is happening. This is happening. That's why I'm getting every active edge. My 0 become 1, 1 becomes 0. It will be continuously, it will be changes. Toggling condition. Next, flip-flop 1 toggles if Q0 value it is 1. Remember, because my Q0 it is the input to my JK, right? You can see my J and K are shorted, and Q0 it is input connected to my J1 and K1. Yes, so flip-flop 1 it is toggles if Q0 value it is 1, Where and which condition? Just see, just before the active clock edge, just before the active clock edge. Let's see here what I am getting. Q naught, I written this. See, I'm going to take an, in the previous value it is 0. In this 0 I'm checking my Q naught value. So this is my clock edge. Okay, let's take this is my clock edge. Here I'm checking my Q naught value. So Q naught value just before the clock edge, my Q naught value it is 0. If J and K values are 0 0, no change. No change means, so previous value you have 0 means 0 stored only, it will maintain. Okay, now just come to this next active edge. I'm checking my Q naught value because Q naught is the input to my J1 and K1. So I'm checking my J1 and K1. Just see, just before active edge, what is the value you have? You have a 1. If you have a 1, then it start to toggling. My Q1 value start to toggling means 0 become, here it is 1. Because of this one, this is happening. Okay, so it is 0 become, here it is 1. Next I'm going to checking for this rising edge of my clock signal. Yeah, in this condition carefully observe, here it is my Q naught value, here it is 0 is there. Because of 0, what it will tell, my J1 and K1 values are, it is 0 0. If 0 0 means no change, no change means what I'll get, this value only it will maintain. Okay, now similarly you just check it for this condition. In this condition my previous value it is 1, so if it is a 1 start to toggling, then 1 become, here it is I'll get a 0. And here again this rising edge you just check, because of 0 value no change, keep this value as it is. Just one clock so beside you just check it out. Just I'm going to checking in this case, I'm checking here it is 1. Yeah, I'm checking this rising edge just before the active clock edge, then I'm getting the value, here it is 0 to 1. The process it will be repeated. So for 1 0 1 0, I'm getting the value, here it is 0 1 1 0 0 1 1, high means 1, it is 0. Is it clear how I'm getting this Q1 value? Anybody having doubts? You want one second explanation of this one, how I'm going to write? Carefully you see that it is takes place every time. That's why it is an asynchronous. Every action it will be takes place at this edges only. But this Q naught I'm going to give on a J1 and K1, then output it will be changes based on this. Now I'll go for Q2. Similarly, same way you analyze. Q2 it is AND operation of Q0 and Q1. Same, just before the previous edge AND operation I need to do. Let's see here. I'll go this condition. Next I'm checking for rising edge in this condition. So I'll take my Q0 and Q1 values. You see that this is a 0 and this is a 0. 0 XOR with 0, then I'll get 0 only. 0 means no change. So initial value 0 means this value only you need to carry. Now I'll go for this condition because I want to write this waveform means you need to check these conditions. That is what I'm telling here it is. So now 1.0, because I'm going to use the AND gate. 1.0 means I'll get 0. 0 means I'm going to apply that 0 only my J2 to my K2. Because of 0 0, what I'm getting? No change. So same value it is carry forward. Clear? Now again 1 0 is there. 1.0 means I'll get 0 only. No change, carry forward. But when come to this edge, carefully observe that I have a 1 and 1. 1.1 is nothing but I'll get 1. So you already know that my J2 and K2 values are 1 1. Then it will start to toggle. This toggling and everything, no change, everything will takes place because of this clock. So it will be takes place with respect to clock edges only. Then here it is, carefully you see that my 0 become, here it is 1. Again same process, both you just do the AND operation. 0 0 means 0 only, no change, write the waveform as it is. Okay, this one it will come as it is. 1 0 means come to as it is. 0 1 means come to as it is. Then here 1 1 is there. If 1 1 is there, next state become it is 0. Okay, so now just count the values. It is now this value is 0, this value it is 0, next it is 1 1 1 1, next it is 0. Is it clear how I'm going to write the values of q1 and q2? Okay, once it is coming, this is a counter, count values only. Just see 0, 0, 0. Q2 value 0, Q1 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Next it is 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. Next it is 0, 0. It is just like your counter only, the what we discuss asynchronous counter. So I'm getting my counter values. So in this way, my synchronous counters will work. This is an explanation of synchronous up counter. Is it clear about this one? Is it clear? Yeah. Okay. So carefully you see that. And when come to exam, they can ask for 4 bit. 4 bit means same thing. No need to do anything here. I taken a Q0, Q1. Next, what you need to do? One more output. This Q2 also you need to include here. Q0, Q1 already is there. Then you include this, and I'm going to use AND gate. Here also same thing. Every previous edge, suppose previous edge it is 1 is there, you do the toggling here, next edge. Or if previous value is 0 is there, don't do anything, just keep that value as it is for the clock edges. So similarly later you analyze the values, I'll get 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, but maximum count it will come from 0 to 15. Okay, so 0 to 15 what we are getting. Sir, okay, this is about the 4-bit synchronous counter and asynchronous. Suppose I want down counter, up down counter, whatever may be. My next question it is, sir, why I need to consider this AND gate? What is the necessary? And why only it is NAND gate? Some other connection I can do.